Hey Tarot peeps, it's Jade here with Tarot Truth, and I am back with another unboxing. Well, actually not really an unboxing, but a walkthrough of my new but modified Pholarcos Tarot by Carmen Sorrenti. I'm just going to sit here. Hopefully I don't knock this table over. Okay. So, this took the long road from China. Not China, but wherever it was coming from, to get to me. We finally did. I think it took about 2 months, which is totally bizarre. But anyway, the Pholarcos Tarot, 78 cards. Here's the back. It says, you plunge and surge onto a shore of deep belonging. Now you are vast. The waters of love dissolve your mold, yet passion is always glistening inside you, setting a course for life. That is a quote by Carmen Sorrenti, the creator of this deck. Now, I think you can buy this deck on her website, which is www.arnellart.com or carmensorrenti.com. So it is a tech box. So these boxes are, I mean, it's a good quality box. It did come a little bit damaged and dinged up, but it's hard to open when there's nothing in there. So I've taken the cards out. Okay, so the cards fit very nicely in here. And I am a total idiot because when I got this, I did not like the borders. So it's weird because on here, like, it looks like there's some cards there, but the cards are not borderless. They actually come with a border, and the border comes with different colors on each side. So here's the back of the cards. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Here's the back of the cards, and there was a white border on the back, which clearly I've removed. And on the front of the card, there was a black border. So, you know, obviously deck creators do what they feel is best, but I really didn't like those borders, so I decided to cut them off. And so I did, because, well, I'm the boss of my deck. All right. I also edged it. By the way, the cardstock is not bad. I would say it's a little bit slightly thicker than the Llewellyn cardstock, but not as thick as the Modern Witch or an other indie deck. Okay. So I edged it sort of to match this top blue color. Now, please don't hate me. These cards are not in order because I decided to shuffle them. And I was too lazy to put them back in order. Although it looks like we do have the major arcana all here. So I really like that the names of the cards and the titles are fairly small and unobtrusive. So, you know, once I get to really know this deck, then I don't have to look at the title, and, you know, it's not as distracting. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that it changes position, but it's not, you know, really all that terrible. I love this card. The Tower. Looks like there's a big crack running right down her center. Oh, I thought the card was upside down, but it's the Hanged one. She looks mad. This one is weird. The Devil. I have to look at the book, which actually I didn't bring out here, to see what it says about this card. So this is the Devil card, and looks like he's eating her. At first I thought it was her brain, but I think it's her hair is pink. And he's got a peacock on his head. I'm just not quite clear on what that's about. This is the death card. So strength is number 11 in this deck. The Hermit, the Wheel. Justice is number 8. I'm very sorry if you can hear my son. That's the picture that's on the box. I'm sorry if you can hear my son. He is being very loud on the PlayStation. And I've asked him to keep it down several times, but it's impossible. I love this black and white image. So they have renamed the suits. So wands are the element of fire, of course, and that suit is named Sparks. These are very cool cards. So you know what? I thought I shuffled these. Oh, this is the Ace of Sparks. Ace of Wands. And now we get to the Earth element, and in this deck that is called the Spirals. And you'll notice the colors are consistent between within each element. So the spirals, or sorry, not the spirals, the sparks, which is fire, were all toned in an orange red. The spirals, which is earth, all have some sort of green. And here's the Ace of Spirals. The Queen, I don't quite understand that one, but anyway. Written in blood and earth. So I think they've renamed some of the court cards as well. So the Trail, I think the Trail is the Knight, and then the Dreamer is the Page. The Queen and King are the same. I'm really loving this art, which is unusual. It's unusual for me, this style. Okay, so now we get to Coral. And I believe this is water. Okay. The Ace of Coral. That's very cool. There's a little anemone and clownfish. Jellyfish. Okay, and then we get to Air, which is wings. And so these ones are, sorry, so the coral, which was the water, is tinged blue, and then the air or wings has sort of a yellow and blue. That's interesting. Negotiate your birth. For the 8, I guess it's that whole breaking free. When do you want to be born? I love the little swords on her fingernails. And then here, the 5 of Swords. Wow, she's got a spike through her head. A knife or a dagger through her heart. And it says, and so we sleep. Interesting. Alchemy of opposites. This is the 2 of wings, or 2 of air. King and queen. A circus act. Experience on soul. Messenger. Interesting. Okay, and there's the Ace of Swords. So all the aces are this black and white. I really love it. I would love it, actually, a deck that looked like this, that was completely black and white. But I do also love this style. There's the king and the queen of wings. And there you have it. That is the Pholarcos Tarot, freshly debordered. Like I said, when you get it, it has a black border, maybe a 1/4 inch wide, on all 4 sides, and then a white border on all 4 sides of the back. I think that the images pop a lot more this way. And so let's see if I can shuffle these. These are pretty thick. I can't really bend them. Nope. So they don't look very thick, but they're not super bendy. Okay. No. All right, and I'm going to try something different here. And I'm going to pull a card for my relationship with this deck. Card to represent the relationship with this deck. They are not in order, and I can't shuffle them very well. Or riffle shuffle them very well, sorry. That's what I meant. Just shuffle fine this way. Assuming my fingers will work. So I'd like a card to represent my relationship with the deck. Card to represent my relationship with the deck, please. All right, so that is the Chariot, which is number 7. And it's very interesting. Okay. It's a really interesting card. It's got the epaulets. It's got the heart. Looks like he's in a flower. Okay, so I guess my relationship with the deck is going to be whatever whatever it needs to be, based on how I work with it and how I use it. So I'm going to do a deck interview just for kicks and see what comes up in terms of favorite spreads for this type of for this particular deck. And yeah, so I guess it could lead in a whole new direction to what I think. And it's going to be a balancing act, which I could see because I have a lot of decks, and so trying to balance using using all the decks I want to use is going to be challenging. But I think this one is worthy of some extended study with this deck. I really love the art in this deck for some reason, and it really pulls me for some reason. So I'm thinking that this deck is going to be one that I'm going to use in depth for a while and do an in-depth study for. Anyway, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. Please do hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And I would love to hear if you have this deck. And did you modify it? What did you do? What sorts of readings have you done with it? I would love to have a conversation with you about these cards. Okay, bye bye.